Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Gonna take a second here. I want to
Hey,
get
everybody.
comfortable.
Enjoy your early 80s music stylings from Mr. Richard Rushfield here.
Sort of thematically connected.
I'll give it to you. Yeah. Great song.
Don't say, do what they do, say what they say.
It's something like that. There you go.
There we go. All right.
PTA did not use that in the movie, Richard. Strangely enough,
No.
did not choose to use that in the soundtrack.
Very, very oddly.
Yes, missed opportunity, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah. All right. We'll stop there. So what? But took a lot of other opportunities there to make the biggest movie of his career, and there were naysayers before. There
What?
are
Naysayers now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where do you stand on that? I have some strong feelings, which I'll discuss. But what do you think, Sean?
Yeah, kick off the Monday morning quarterbacks here at the box office with one battle after another. We have, just to put the numbers out there, this is a $22.4 million opening here in the U.S., or about $50 million globally, Richard. I put in the wake up last night. It's a little in the eye of the beholder. I know that's not a very satisfying answer for a lot of people. I see this more of the positive. I'm more in the positive camp. So if you're asking me my personal response, I'd say this is a good opening. It's not spectacular, but I'd say this is, it could have been far worse. It could have been, it's not a disaster. It is not anything, the things that were people, who's going to go see this movie about a revolutionary and, whack job with PTA. He's never had a movie opening more than whatever, $5 million and all this other, stuff that was out there about this. So that didn't manifest, at all. It's a 2-hour and 40-minute action drama with political overtones. This movie was never going to do $50 million or $40 million, whatever it might be. Paul Thomas Anderson is not Quentin Tarantino at the box office. All these things I kind of, or even, and Christopher Nolan, whatever. It's like, no, he's a esteemed filmmaker, but it's just not, the audience size there. So I think it's a positive start. The word of mouth, it's all anecdotal, Richard, but has been very, very positive. This is a lot of Best Picture number one, candidate at this point. A lot of other films have come and gone at this point without this kind of hubbub. Quite frankly, this film did not go the festival route, which is, we should say, this was this did not go to anything, didn't do anything at all. TIFF, Telluride, nothing. This was like, all right,
Yep.
And this is now the front runner, arguably, in the Oscar race at this point. So those all add up to wins. We'll get to the budget in a minute, Richard, but I want to toss it back over to you now.
Yeah, I mean, the budget is a thing, and you have a lot of people adding up like, needs 300 million worldwide to break even and all that. And I mean, I don't want to say here on Box Office Monday Morning Quarterbacks that who cares about the box office,
Right?
but
but I will.
I want to look at this in a context of a lot of things. That first of all, starting with okay, if you make a movie that is chapter 9 of a series, or just kind of another disposable throwaway movie that no one is going to remember or want to see 6 months from now, then yes, it better do well at the box office, because
that's what it's there for. That's
yeah. No. This isn't going to be like 100 years from now. David Zaslav's great grandson saying, "Look at the great accomplishments we did."
Achievements we made. Yes, right.
Yeah. But if you are running a studio, your job is not just the quarterly EBITDA. Your job is to build a library of value. And if you're not making things that people are remembering, and you start with a certain collection, and you either add to it or you subtract from it, and that depends on like what you use and how you maintain it, and are you good caretakers of the IP you've been handed. If you take a piece of beloved IP and you make a horrible, if you if you remake Casablanca from the Warner's archives, and it's a horrible, awful remake, then you've subtracted from the value of your vault there.
Arguably true.
Um,
Yes.
the, so all the studios in the last decade have been, not just subtracting from their vault, but strip mining their IP, as I call it, like almost trying to whittle their vault down to nothing. And with just grabbing everything they can and doing the least inspired versions of it. If it's difficult to sell a new original film, it's because
Yeah.
studios haven't been making them, and
Yeah.
not making them is a really dangerous trail to go on, and you've got to and that we got to turn that somehow. And then I'm sorry. I wish that your first up in that category could be an instant home run, but that's not how the world works. So, given that, as you say, uh, whatever the budget, say the budget is 200 million, 150 million. It's not going to lose 150 million dollars. It's going
Right.
to, if it loses money, it will be something short of that. And there are ancillary rights here. It's going to have a long tail, I think, all through the Oscar season. As you say, this is like the instant Oscar frontrunner.
Yeah.
Um, Even if it doesn't win, it's going to be a nominee and a heavy contender, which is going to give it increased vault value. It'll be part of the Leo collection. It has sold ancillary rights in all sorts of ways. It'll be playing on the services and bringing in subscribers. So, which is to say, who knows how much that adds onto it? Probably not 200 million within the next 6 months, but over the next 20 years, I don't know.
Mhm.
Wizard of Oz was considered a disappointment at the time. 80 years later, it's making $1 million a day at one location.
Right.
So
Yeah, in Las Vegas, yes.
this is a movie that will be seen and will be continued seen. Also, it's part of a slate here for Warner Brothers. It's and to say, aha, well, this movie didn't work out, so it's
Right.
all a failure. Like you don't you don't bat 1,000. And like I say, I think if this doesn't end up being a commercial home run, it won't be a strikeout either. So
No, but
uh,
that's what this opening says, Richard, I think, to a degree.
for all that, if if you are up in arms about this is going to end up losing $40 million or 20 million or whatever, I'll just say you're the enemy of entertainment, and you are the reason Hollywood has been so horrible, and you should consider another line of work. That's my whether you're a journalist or an executive or an agent sitting on the sidelines throwing stone. That's
Yeah,
my feeling.
if your takeaway is, "Oh, what a bunch of idiots," you should just leave the conversation. I don't want to hear anything else from you at this point at all. Do things, as you say, not work out or not make the money? Yeah, welcome to the movie business. This is, this is not new to 2025 or 2015 or whatever it was. You know what also was a disaster? Sinners. Sometimes it works out. So, and, there's no way Mike and Pam would have known this 2 years ago, and they signed up to do this, to make this movie. And this, as you say, is a long way to go. I mean, I don't think it's going to do this kind of business, but Sinners was -5% in week 2. Like, there's a long road to go here, and this movie has incredible word of mouth here. And as you say, this will, the Oscars isn't until early March this year. When's the date this year? So this movie is going to be in conversation for 6 months, or at least 5. Going forward here for your movie studio. And being in that conversation means something as a studio in town. So it
And if
checks other boxes, as you say.
if 6 months from now, uh, say after it finishes its theatrical run, after the Oscars are over, all that, say it's 40 million down from say
Sure, right, great.
it's
And you
40
lost
million
40 years
underwater.
and the whole, sure.
Uh, are you really confident that this celebrated a movie is not going to find ways over the next years to make back that $40 million or make back half of it even. Then it's only lost $20 million. And Mr. Zat, you got to be in the movie business. If you're in the movie
Exactly.
business,
It's exactly right.
you got to
That's what
be
I mean.
making real movies. You can't just
Yeah.
be making another Jurassic Park or another Transformers.
Yeah.
And this is what it is, and this is what gets people excited about uh, swings like this, are what get people excited about it.
Totally.
But
Totally. Yeah. It's, that's just the spirit I go with it, Richard. And, as I say, it's inning one of a long game here. So again, it's the first indication. We'll see what happens. I'm not saying it's going to be like, oh, it's going to happen a run like Sinners or whatever it might be, but let's see what you have to see what happens. You can, everybody's like, oh, well, this is, you don't want to write a narrative that way. But again, if you're, could have cost 110 million versus 130. You're getting into numbers that don't really matter. It's like this movie's never going to be a $30 million indie movie. Like this was never going to be that kind of a film. You're taking that swing, or you're not, and that's and as you say, and I should say also, Warner's the profits they made from Weapons and The Conjuring have covered this movie. And the
that
marketing costs and beyond were good. So did
that's
that,
it. You are making a slate, and the
you
slate,
subsidized
and
Paul Thomas Anderson. Thank you very much. And be on your way. That's also my other kind of aspect of this, Richard.
but also and another thing you've done is you've made it clear to talent that
Yes, right.
that Warner's is a great place to be, that will support its big projects, and that
And remember, this was where this is coming from, Richard. Again, Project Popcorn and trying to get the WB rep back. This was part of that endeavor here, again. So exactly right, Richard.
you know so and it remains, I'm sorry to say, a battle for talent, a battle to get the most talented people.
100%. Yeah.
That is what the whole darn business is. So
I mean, what's the biggest movies next year? It's The Odyssey. Where was it by Christopher Nolan, a former Warner Brothers director? So case in point, if you want to have a fresh reminder about that fact of Hollywood, as you mentioned, Richard, it's
do we
right there
consider
in front of you.
Homer IP, or is that an IP
Let's
driven?
save that conversation for the July money quarterbacks, Richard. I think let's not get into that one too much, but so more to come. This movie will be in this conversation for a few more weeks. This is not a one and done here, so also something to keep in mind. And Richard, we should mention it is a shot in California movie, also
Yeah,
something that Hollywood doesn't do anymore. So, two things there that Warner's is doing: movies shot in California and actually that have something to say, are original, and take a big risk. So, across the board, they're checking three boxes, Richard. I think we can say so
yeah.
on this front.
And the shot in California part. This is today. Our president once again remembered his tariff threat from 6 months ago or whatever that was, and
Right.
said he's going to impose, what do you say, 100% tariffs on
Tariffs on movies. That that's
no,
that was the detail, Richard. No other details available.
yeah,
Yeah,
foreign made. Which
foreign made.
does that include post production? Does that include
Yep. Yeah. If it was half shot over there, is it a tariff on the box office receipt? Is it a tariff on the production? Et cetera. And not to mention, if it could be higher ticket prices for people, that could result in retaliatory tax. You want to hurt a business, put a tax on movie business overseas. If Europe's like,
yeah,
oh, okay, yeah, it's going to cost you $4 more to go see American movies in Germany next year. That's not great for the American movie studios either, by the way, and American workers. So,
but this lets him feel like he got one back at Gavin Newsom for a couple
sure.
hours before he gets
Let us know the
distracted by the next thing.
details
So
and have fun with the budget shutdown on Wednesday conversation. So,
yeah,
which I'm sure will take over, but
yeah,
more to come for sure. This is the Richard. This is just one more thing of just if you had any, I don't even know why you would at this point, any inclination that he's not going to continually come after Hollywood and get into its business over the next 3 years, buckle up, because this
yeah,
is just another reminder of that. That's what the takeaway from this announcement today, Richard, is like, it's going to come. You're going to have to deal with this for a while. Where do you stand? Draw your lines, and Godspeed. Trying to appease anything here is a fool's errand.
yeah.
In
No,
my opinion.
anyone that still thinks Hollywood can keep their head down and avoid
Yeah,
all this is uh insane,
Yeah,
willfully blind at this point.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but what's not willfully blind is Gabby's Dollhouse, which
It's just it's on the other side of the
is
spectrum. You got to love a variety of offerings here, Richard, from Universal and DreamWorks Animation. Yeah, number two, about $14 million here. About on tracking, not crazy money for kids. That's in the live action animated hybrid movie
no.
there. I know this is a pretty young skewing.
That skews like really like 5 years old, like not
Yeah, this is Paw Patrol kind of ish kind of demo. This
yeah.
is the biggest show. I didn't report from the first half of 2025 from Netflix. That is Netflix's biggest, most viewed kids show on Netflix globally, which is an interesting data point that came up
Mhm.
from a woman named Emily Horgan, who does a great newsletter. Give her a shout out. Yeah, but this is a modest, a $32 million budget. Back to the money, and this, it's like, all right. And Richard, there's no other. This is the last kids release until Zootopia 2 at Thanksgiving.
Uh, Great. Yeah, people just find. I mean, why should you give parents any chance to give you their money?
Yeah, kids don't want to
Uh,
go to anything in the fall. What are you talking about, Richard? They're in school. They
yeah,
can't be no time for movies. Come on. What do you mean?
they're hibernating, and
Yes, they come out at Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Exactly right.
Uh, any
So give me
any
some likes
anything
on this.
anything else stand out to you on the charts this week?
These are the main things there, Richard. Just further misfires we've seen before. Big, Bold, Beautiful Journeys. Back to that $40 million, Richard. Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey at Sony's probably going to be, but if you include the marketing money on that, will be pretty close to that kind of a loss. So again, no one's making a big stink about that. It is what it is. And again, it's always a business of hits. It's a business of misses, and that's one of them. But just as a
I mean,
counterpoint to the numbers there.
just to get back to that. Every one of the streamers seems to put out a movie this size like every other week that by
Right.
no reasonable standard, except for streamer math that is above our heads,
Yeah.
makes uh, makes anything like a justifiable return, immediate return on that. But it's okay for them because they're building a library. Uh,
Not even that. They're not even building a lab. They're building a library that they're not licensing. So you're really not. The whole point of building a library is to have windows, and they don't even.
yeah,
Netflix doesn't have windows. Amazon has yet to really sell their movies to anybody else either. So to your point, Richard, exactly right. These other movies that these rom-coms that probably with an A-list star that probably do run you 50, $60 million. It's like exactly right. Don't get anywhere near this kind of treatment, Richard. So it's a valid
um,
point.
Fathom made made 2 million reshowing the Spider-Man.
There's money in
The
the banana
original
stand,
Sam
Richard.
Raimi
Yes.
uh,
Original
I
trilogy there. Yeah.
yeah, these re-releases keep are becoming are adding up to real money between them.
It's found money. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just $2.2 million over the weekend. So yeah, it's listen, there's money in the vault, and if people in these, they're not doing $20 million, but it's like, okay, yeah, get 3 million here, 5 million here. It gives people a reason to come out to the theater and enjoy
yeah,
an event together. Again, creating this momentum of just movie going for core fans, appealing to these fan bases. It's becoming a repertoire. This is repertory, Richard, because was that an accurate
yeah,
word for what this is?
yeah.
Becoming a part of the studio line that like this is, I don't know, the sixth one we've had in the last 6 weeks. I don't even know what the numbers at this point. I should probably count those up. But there's theaters to fill, Richard, and if they're only putting one, the movie cadence is not as high. This is one way to get people, fill those theaters up. That's the number one job of a movie theater owner, is to get people in the theater. So whatever that gets that job done can be pretty wide. So uh, well, Richard,
The we have a comment saying, to be fair, the expectation is that box office movies make money. Uh, Obviously, we are the box office quarterbacks here. So we're all for that. Um, the the expectation for every movie is not that it be profitable on pure box office alone within 3 months. That is a limited way to look at it, and the longer a tail has, the less the less that is relevant. So if this is a movie that word of mouth is going to keep people coming, then that is less relevant. If it's a movie that people are going to be watching 100 years from now, that is even less relevant. So that there are ways to make money beyond the immediate box office. Is my thought to that.
Yeah, I mean, most movies get profitable outside of the theatrical box office run. I mean, on the whole, if you're talking that, maybe before the before times 10, 15 years ago, that ratio is a little bit higher. I think that's gone down a bit, especially the post-COVID years here. Again, the windows have gotten a little bit smaller theatrically. So again, some of that money shifted to PVOD, which we don't really, we don't see at all, unfortunately. So that money goes to the studios just as much as theatrical money goes to the studios. But sometimes you'll get a movie that makes its production money back, but not its marketing money. And then the other marketing money, that marketing money is what gets you that window, as you said, the awareness of you've heard of this movie. You will watch it when it goes to Max or it goes to Netflix or whatever it might be. So that's where a lot of this value comes in. You can sell that movie 10 years down the line. I cover the Netflix film chart every week in the Wake Up on Wednesday, and every week there is some old movie from Warner Brothers from 2002 or whatever that's still a top 10 movie globally on Netflix on most weeks. So you tell me that's a check for Warner Brothers based on that initial spend back in 2002. So
I mean, how much did the what do you call the company again? The company that made all the Mark Wahlberg action films and the STX.
XTX, Hustlers,
yeah.
and yeah.
I mean, all those movies burn up the Netflix charts whenever they show
There's
up
a library there.
That,
it's valuable. Yeah, we give a Mark Wahlberg star. It's why you pay Mark Wahlberg.
Barely made a ripple when they were released. Anyway,
yeah.
So someday, just to get too wonky here, someday someone is going to come along and pass a FinCEN bill and sever the link once again between the streamers and their shelves, and require and no longer allow ownership of that someday that will come, but not in the next 3 years, like very likely, but
no.
But when that comes, the value of all these is going to soar. So
yeah. Fair enough. All right, Richard. Well, next week we have Taylor Swift joining. Richard, are you excited?
Yeah.
Listen, big event this
members of my family have tickets. So
is that I see?
My household will be.
Your household will be there?
Total.
Okay, the Rushfield household will be there. Okay, yeah. That's fair.
It's a big week for us all. So
we'll take the action. Thanks, Taylor, for another shot in the arm of people getting to the movie theaters and keeping things going with the momentum. So make it a Leo Paul Thomas Anderson double feature. Be bold. Go out.
Absolutely. I'm sure that what do you call that? What Taylor?
Oh God, I don't even know. Yeah, showgirl, one showgirl after another.
One showgirl after another. Let's go back and forth all day between the two of them.
Yeah, we'll keep brainstorming on the hashtag. So yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week then.
Thanks everybody for joining. You can always catch a version of this conversation afterward if you came in late on it. It posts later on the Substack there at the Anchor, so you can check it out. And we will see you next week. Take care.
Take care.